We're going to go to the next one from Patreon. And again, I am going to go back to the super chats. I just want to get through these that were written down ahead of time. So Leo, thank you for your topic suggestion on Patreon. Leo says, do you think the impeachment trials will hurt Bernie? The Warren attack happening around the same time as when the impeachment process will start up are not isolated attacks, in my opinion.
They're not.
I think impeachment was pushed to the Senate because this will kneecap Sanders more than anything, while freeing up Biden to not fuck up till elections start in early states. Sanders' strategy involves continuous rallies and messaging, not to reach those already on board necessarily, but to expand the electorate, and that may get hampered if he needs to attend the hearings and talk impeachments instead of staying on message as he has throughout his campaign. The damage might be minimal, but these elections are won in the margins, and any edge can make or break a run at the presidency for Sanders, in my opinion. Thanks for all the awesome content. Y'all have a great weekend. That was from Leo. So what do you think about, is impeachment hurting Sanders?
So
I think the
you're
answer
not alone
is
in that.
yes.
Trump accuses Democrats of shutting Sanders' campaign out through this hoax impeachment trial. Now, usually, in my head, most things are opportunistic. They're not necessarily entirely planned. I don't think these guys are four-dimensional chess players in a good sense. But there are some plans that come to fruition that people put forward, but there are other things that are just opportunistically used. Nancy Pelosi made it very clear, Chuck Schumer made it very clear, they don't want Sanders. They were at these anti-Sanders rallies or meetings along with Buttigieg. And these guys were part of the coalition of trying to figure out a way to stop Sanders and to do it in a way that doesn't necessarily expose them stopping Sanders. The Obama world working in the back end in order to try to stop Sanders. Obama coming out saying if he's running away with it, then I'll get engaged. Yeah, I'll get involved. Well, clearly they are going to be getting involved. I don't put it past them. It's not like I needed to hear Obama say that to not believe that Obama was going to already do that. It was very clear. 95% of the income gains going to the top 1%. I don't give a shit if he's black. A black person just so happened to give 95% of the income gains to the top 1%. I have no idea why people are still using identity as a thing unto itself, as if it's not an issue of policy. Him being black didn't stop that black president from giving 95% of income to the top 1%. I hope you get my point. In the sense of this coalition, these third-way Democrats, yes, they're going to do anything in their powers to stop Sanders. The impeachment hearing forces the senators, Elizabeth Warren, Sanders, the two senators that Nancy Pelosi definitely does not want to be president, takes them off the campaign trail 3 weeks before Iowa. And Nancy Pelosi said on those impeachment articles in order to do that. Understand what I mean? Unprecedented. She sat on the impeachment articles saying, she's not going to get a fair trial. Oh, we're not going to get a fair trial. Knowing that when she finally put those through, it was going to drag all of the senators off the campaign trail, meaning Warren and Sanders.
Very good timing.
Very good timing. Here's the catch. Impeachment wasn't planned to do this, though. I hope you understand what I mean. Nancy Pelosi was not for impeachment. So it wasn't like Nancy Pelosi was like, all right, let's impeach this mofo and get sent. No. If anything, it's opportunistic. I hope you understand what I mean. It's a difference. AOC, Sanders' surrogate, was pushing for impeachment. Elizabeth Warren was pushing for impeachment. I don't know whether or not Elizabeth Warren understood that it was going to take her off the campaign trail. She probably was just looking at it for politics. But again, she has bad political instincts, and she's taking a particular policy that now takes them off the campaign trail. That's assuming Elizabeth Warren is in it to win it. I'm not entirely of that belief. Part of me believes that she's in this just to ding Sanders.
Sanders votes, yeah.
Honestly, I could show you the polling. If she was not in this race, he'd be winning this race in spades. Because the overwhelming majority of the people who support her would back Sanders. They believe that she's Sanders with a vagina. They still believe it for whatever reason. Many people just want a woman to be president. I gotta be honest, I don't care whether it's a woman. I don't care if it's black, white, gay, straight, trans. I don't care. I care about the policies. What are you gonna do to materially benefit the population itself? And if that is, if you're not gonna do something that I think is admirable, you're not gonna give my vote. Here's the catch.
Right.
Whether Pelosi is doing this or not for impeachment, I don't know. I do know she held those articles. And it is pretty damn coincidental that she put these articles out
now.
3 weeks or 2 weeks before Iowa. So if you're asking me, I would say to some degree, yes, in an opportunistic way, Nancy Pelosi is using impeachment to hit Sanders and held those. Because look, if you push through impeachment and you didn't want to do it, fair enough. You send it to the Senate. The Senate does what it does. But you didn't do that. You held those articles. I don't give a shit your reasoning. Oh, I'm not going to get a fair trial in the Senate. Nonsense. You have no control over that. This is entirely a property of the Senate, just like this was entirely a property of the House when you put these things through. The Senate is controlled by the Republicans. Is what it is. You decided to go through with impeachment. Fair enough. You knew the Senate was controlled by the Republicans when you went through with the impeachment in the first place. Holding the articles, knowing full well that it is going to injure many of the people on the campaign trail, especially the two people who you just so much hate. I'm just saying, that's a little, that raises an eyebrow, to say the least.
All right, so I think we
Oh, by the way, Nancy Pelosi said that's not true.
Okay.
Because we totally thought she was going to admit to that.
I believe everything Nancy Pelosi says.
Everything.
All right, so
she's a woman. You're supposed to always believe powerful women. You
we
didn't know that?
have quite a few super chats, so let's go through these.
Go for it.